So what are the uses for alpha-haloketones? Okay, so let's, as I often do, let's go backwards before we go forward. So when we think of ketones, very often we think, oh yeah, there's an alpha carbon here, and if we treat this with a base, we will have access to nucleophilic reactivity at the alpha carbon. So we think the alpha carbon, the alpha carbon equals a nucleophile. And that's completely true. You can make the alpha carbon of a ketone into a nucleophile by deprotonating it. But when we talk about alpha-halogenation, we are converting that alpha carbon into, we're putting a halide on there. This is now polarized because of the presence of the bromine, and that gives this alpha carbon considerable partial positive charge. So now the alpha carbon actually becomes an electrophile. And that's kind of cool because we already know a lot of chemistry that the alpha carbon does, and it relies on this top reaction based on the fact that we can convert the alpha carbon into a nucleophile. And we can attack all kinds of stuff. We can do SN2 chemistry, you name it. But through the use of enols, which will give us access to the alpha-halo compounds, we can now think of the alpha carbon as an electrophile. And probably the most common reaction that we'll do on the alpha carbon is to use it as an electrophile in SN2 reactions. So this is, it's an electrophile, but it's a weak electrophile, in contrast to the enolate, which is a strong nucleophile. So we can react our weak electrophile with good SN2 nucleophiles. We know SN2 nucleophiles are all strong nucleophiles. So, you could treat this with sodium cyanide. Sodium cyanide can attack, kick out the bromide, and you can make things like this. Or, let's go with a little bit bigger molecule for safety reasons. We could treat this with sodium azide. Do our SN2 and put an azide there. Without the enol chemistry and our access to the alpha-halogenated compounds, it would be really hard to make compounds like this alpha-azido molecule on the right or this alpha-cyano molecule in the middle of the screen. So these alpha-haloketones through the enol chemistry give us access to these really useful intermediates, and we're going to see a really important application of this chemistry in upcoming videos.